This week on Final Boss. To own or not to own, Brandon breaks down the PS Vita. Justin, our resident Pokemon master, shows us some of his favorite and least favorite Pokemon. From the cradle to the tomb, Jessica tells us about the evolution of Tomb Raider. And lastly, we have sudden death with Mario Kart 8. Get ready, boss incoming.
What is Final Boss? Final Boss is the product of three great friends, a show by gamers for gamers. Here you'll find all the best in gaming entertainment and talk. We've got reviews, roundtables, previews, let's plays, walkthroughs, all the best in gaming content to keep you coming back for more. So get ready, boss incoming.
I'm Brandon Turner.
And I'm Robert Adams.
And this is your gaming news. First up, Harmonix has announced Rock Band 4 coming this year for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The game is set to go back to its roots, which apparently means removal of the keyboard instrument, Pro Guitar, and Pro Bass, although Pro Drums will be supported. Harmonix has said that your DLC should be able to carry over if you bought it on the platform's successor to your previous platform of choice, that being Xbox 360 DLC will work on Xbox One, PS3 DLC will work on PS4. Harmonix has also stated that they're looking into finding a way to get all of your old instruments compatible with the game, and they also mentioned that if you want a Wii U version of the game, you need to speak up, because as of right now, there are no plans due to the low third-party support of the system and low install base. Personally, I'm excited for Rock Band 4. At least I was, until I heard that there'd be no keyboards. As a keyboard player in real life, I just can't do this, Harmonix. I gotta stand up to demand. Screw the system.
Also in gaming news, Minecraft, the game played by nearly everybody, is about to be banned in Turkey. Why, you ask? Because the game has been deemed too violent. This game has been supported by a book, which was released in Turkey recently, about Minecraft. And they wrote in a report, and I quote, "Although the game can be seen encouraging creativity in children by letting them build houses, farmlands, and bridges, mobs, or hostile creatures, must be killed in order to protect these structures. In short, the game is based on violence." Another fear is that children may be inflicting pain on animals and torturing them because they're not aware of the pain that they're doing to them. Turkey, while you have a sound basis and all, mobs are creatures that are intentionally trying to kill you and attack you first. You don't even have to go after them. With ideas like this, what's next? Angry Birds being banned because it's insensitive to pigs? I'm Robert Adams.
And I'm Brandon Turner.
And that was your gaming news.
Hello everyone, today I want to cover my top 3 favorite Pokemon. My all-time favorite Pokemon is Charizard. He has great moves like Blast Burn, he has 2 Mega Evolutions, and he's incredibly strong. And ever since its introduction, Charizard has always been a member of my team. My next favorite Pokemon is Kingler. Kingler may not be the strongest Pokemon of all time, but he's still one of my favorites. He has really strong attack stats if you raise him correctly, and really great moves like Guillotine and Crab Hammer. Now my last favorite Pokemon is Glaceon. Ever since Glaceon's introduction as an evolution, it's always been on my team. I have passed on from generation to generation. He has really strong Ice-type moves, which come in handy when you're defeating those dragons. This has been my top 3 favorite Pokemon.
I'm Robert Adams, and I realized something recently. Some games that come out around the holidays aren't reviewed by us. Why? Because we're on Christmas break and have no studio and cameras to shoot with. Plus, it may prevent us from getting games that our loved ones may buy for us, or end up rebuying. So I decided to do a review about The Evil Within, which I talked about all last season. Let's go. The story involves you, Sebastian Castellanos, investigating a multiple homicide with your partners Julie and Joseph. After getting there and getting separated, Sebastian is cast into a sort of hell, where hideous, murderous creatures lie around every corner, and the laws of our world no longer apply, such as creatures that are invisible, people teleporting into and out of places through no visible means, and monsters that can take a beating no normal person could ever endure. You were tasked with finding out how this is happening and to try and stop it. Let's get one thing out of the way. This game does a job of being a true survival horror in my eyes. Rather than giving you one constant goal and jump scares in your face like the Five Nights at Freddy's series or Slender, you are tasked with surviving throughout every level, solving puzzles, and enduring the fear that a new, more terrifying foe can be right around the corner. Staying alive and destroying gross zombie-like creatures who can take more than one shot to the head, contrary to popular games, which scared the hell out of me the first time. To add on to that, supplies are limited. The game needs you to conserve ammo and health items rather than hashing out whenever you see an enemy. This game also allows many play types, but you need to remain flexible or die a couple hundred times. You like to not use ammo and let enemies' traps kill them? You can do that. Like to take your time to observe an environment before advancing? You can do that. Like to hash ammo around with little regard? No doing that. Gotcha. But you constantly have to switch it up. Sometimes you need to utilize things such as oil spills or dead bodies to fry your enemies rather than wasting precious ammo to destroy them. Also, the game contains an upgrade system using green gel which you can collect and inject into your brain to make you, and somehow your weapons, better. In addition, you can find keys scattered around through nearly every level, and when you go back to the safe haven, your point of saving and such, you can gain a significant ammo surplus, a lot of green gel, or in the rarest of occasions, another key, which in all essence is useless. While I sing the praises of this game, it has a couple flaws. One is character development. You learn a little bit about Sebastian and his character, but his emotions don't show anything, even after reading various, very sad stories from his journal. His partners are almost devoid of emotion and seem to lack any relation to him whatsoever, with the exception of Joseph alluding to reporting on Sebastian in the past, which I'll let you figure out for yourself. And let's not forget Ruvik, the main antagonist, a shoo-in for a dead burned body that moves, appears but never says much, and tries to torment Sebastian throughout the entire game for reasons. Also, while having little surprise makes the experience more intense, it also incites incredible amounts of frustration, especially when a boss battle just happens and you now have to improvise a way to defeat due to lack of ammo. While this game has its flaws, we here at Final Boss are able to see it for what it is, a true survival horror game. And I give it an awesome 8 out of 10 creatures decimated.
Hey, it's Brandon Turner, and here are my top 5 reasons you should buy a PlayStation Vita. The best screen you've ever seen on a handheld gaming console. While the Vita has a great lineup that can appeal to a lot of hardcore gamers, the real appeal is in the library of incredible Japanese games. Some of the best games that Sony's made in recent years, like Gravity Rush, Freedom Wars, and even the only handheld Uncharted game. For the first half of the year, the PS Vita will have more games released for it than any other console. Anybody interested in the Vita needs to look into Persona 4 Golden. It has a lovable cast of characters, great dungeon crawling, a gripping murder mystery story, and a freaking amazing soundtrack. And it's by far the best experience on the Vita. Now that that's out of the way, stick around and find out the top 5 reasons you shouldn't buy a PS Vita.
This week, Final Boss showcases the legendary female gaming icon, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. This British archaeologist stars in the Tomb Raider game series, first appearing in 1996. First developed by Core Design, the series now consists of 11 games, including the very recent and popular reboot in 2013, with the sequel being released around Christmas of this year. The franchise also includes comic books, theme park rides, novels, and the popular Tomb Raider movies starring Angelina Jolie. Originally subject to feminist critique, Lara Croft was made of only 540 polygons. many of which created her original cartoon-like sized bust. The more recent versions of Lara Croft, which contain more than 40,000 polygons, have been a step in the right direction, with the attention being more on her treasure-hunting exploits rather than her particular physique. With a game sequel and even a new movie reboot planned, it seems like we'll be seeing more of this ass-kicking female archaeologist. Stay tuned for more from Final Boss.
Hey guys, my name is Curry. This is a video guide to Quartermaster Bülow and the hard mode difficulty of the Ravager's operations in Star Wars The Old Republic. To start off, the yellow dots is the different places that adds can spawn in the fight, and the red dots are the different places that Quartermaster Bülow can jump to in the fight. So you can see our raid composition here. Typically, the raid composition we have is one Shadow Tank, a Guardian Tank, two Commando DPSs typically, a Scoundrel DPS, and a Sage DPS, a Commando Healer, and a Sage Healer. For the video that's going to be playing, we actually have two Sage DPSs instead of two Commandos. And so I figured I would go over some of the different mechanics. So the first real mechanic you need to know is called Volley. Volley is a little purple circle that follows around one random raid member that's 10 meters outside of the boss's range. The only difference is if everyone is inside 10 meters, it'll just spawn on some random person, and that's no good because you're going to start putting a blue circle that'll just repeatedly shoot the spot over and over. So you need to keep all your different people that are able to stay outside of 10 meters. So the way we handle Volley is we put two ranged DPS, being for us a Commando and a Sage. We put them on the doors where you could see the places the pirates come out. And the reason we do that is because the pirates will spawn and they're just going to shoot at the healers until either a tank or a DPS or whoever you pick picks up a barrel, which once you run into melee range, the barrel holder will have immediately the entire aggro on the pirates. And so once they do that, the pirates will just follow them around. They'll stop shooting and they'll just follow them. So the tanks or the whoever you put on the barrels lead them to the volley circle, and the pirates get one shot. Alternatively, there's an ability that Bülow does called Mass Barrage, and Mass Barrage is basically volley, but it's a whole bunch of different circles, and they only shoot once. So the reason we put two ranged DPS on the doors, on each door, is because the pirates will come outside of those doors, and Mass Barrage is just like a volley, where it will kill the pirates in one shot. So although you only have, just the one shot from Mass Barrage, putting all the different circles of Mass Barrage onto the pirates' location of the door, if they spawn out there, will just immediately one-shot them, and the tanks don't have to worry about picking up a barrel, and can instead just focus on tanking the boss. So the only real other mechanic you really need to worry about is just its constant AoE damage going out to the raid. It's really handled by raid awareness and how good your healers are. When you have one of the raid AoE damages go out, and there's several of them that I'll put on the screen here, it's purely limited to who's next to each other. When you have several different people all standing next to each other, they get hit by the AoE ability. Pretty simple. But if there's a ton of room in the arena to spread out, and if people are spread out, nobody's going to get hit by the same AoE. And the different AoEs can really hurt your group if the people aren't paying attention and they're standing next to somebody, and two or three people take a 30k hit. That's bad, and you don't want that to happen. So the more you have your raid under control where they're spread out, the much easier this fight's going to be to heal. So I kind of went over our strategy, but basically at the very beginning, our Guardian tank, Mist, takes the opportunity to pick up a barrel immediately and then walks out of the range of the boss so that he's the only possible person to get volley, and he just immediately places volley straight onto the pirates that'll spawn up top every single time. After that, people spread out, and we basically handle it by being raid aware and using every other pirate skilling they get killed by mass barrage. Tanks have to pick up barrels for the other set. So say 1 and 3 are killed with mass barrage, tanks pick up the barrel on 2 and 4. Anyways, I hope this helped. And with that, good luck in your attempt at killing this guy yourself.
Hands down, kill him now.
0%.
Now I want to talk about my 3 least favorite Pokemon. Zubat. Literally the most annoying Pokemon that I think there possibly is. There's not a place on my team for a Zubat. I would rather wait later down the line when Zubat evolves into a Golbat and then have a Golbat on my team. At least then I feel like it's worth something, but I digress. My next least favorite Pokemon is Zigzagoon. To me, Zigzagoon is almost like Zubat. It is everywhere. Its move list lacks that certain thing that you want on your team, and even its evolution isn't that much better. And then my last least favorite Pokemon is Executor. You know, it's incredibly creepy looking. I don't even like its pre-evolution. I just don't like it. There's not really a place on my team for it, and yes, I will catch it for the sake of completing my Pokédex. Stay tuned later in the show for more.
Welcome back to Final Boss. Now, this week we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about some of the virtual reality headsets that are coming about, as well as spending just a little bit of time talking about Unreal Engine 4 and what that might mean for independent developers. So let's dive right in and talk first about the new Valve headset, the Vive.
Virtual Boy.
Not the Virtual Boy. It's actually called Revive in the trailer, but everywhere else I've seen it, they've just called it the Vive. So we're going to go with Vive for today.
Vive's pretty jive.
And I've liked it a lot so far. I love everything Valve's done. I don't know. What do you think about it?
Well, if it's anything like what you showed me earlier with the trailer, like it looks amazing.
That's true.
The quality was unparalleled, if you ask me.
And they've supposedly finally fixed the motion sickness problem, which I've played a little bit on the Oculus Rift, which is incredibly fun. If you guys ever get the chance, you should really check out the
Sounds
Oculus.
fun.
It's amazing.
Send me one. We can get that beheading thing that they made.
That, and I have spent hours just playing like Truck Simulator.
I thought you were about to say Truxton.
No, not Truxton. Just like Truck Simulator, which is the most boring game ever, but somehow
Is it anything
fun
like
when
Big
you're on the
Rigs?
Oculus. It's exactly like Big Rigs.
Big Rigs over-the-road racing coming to Project Morpheus. Make it happen.
But anyway, exactly. Back to Project Morpheus. We've moved on from the Vive. Project Morpheus is also a new VR headset coming out for PlayStation.
Which I can actually use because I don't do.
The Project Morpheus is undoubtedly about 100 times more stylish than the Vive. Like the Vive is
Well, you have
kind
to
of
look
ridiculous.
fashionable while you're playing video games.
You have to look
that's just a
fashionable
plus.
while playing video games. And it's supposed to be a more social VR headset because it also plays on your TV, so like your friends are there, they can watch what you're going through in game, which I think is really
backseat
cool.
gaming.
Yeah, the best of backseat gaming. So I'm really excited for that, but I think the reason that VR headsets are becoming such a cool concept is because there's finally a little bit of competition there, and there's also going to be a lot of competition coming out of independent developers soon with Unreal Engine 4.
I'd say there's also a little bit of a renewed interest as well, because I've
Definitely.
been seeing a lot of like trapped in a video game series. There've been a lot of them.
Yeah,
TV shows and stuff like that.
Sword Art Online, I think, has really piqued a lot of people's interest in getting back into VR gaming, which I think is ridiculous because that game kind of spouts out the evils of being trapped in a video game, but that's neither here nor there.
Game needs to be made for Project Morpheus is what we're saying.
I think what's really cool about Unreal Engine 4 isn't just how amazing it looks, but it's just the fact that they're giving people the opportunity to use it and not have to pay them if they don't make a profit. I think that's amazing. I think that a lot of indie games are going to come out of that and just be fantastic.
It's probably a good time to be a game developer.
It's a fantastic time to be a game
Has there been
developer.
any prices announced?
Well, they haven't announced any prices for the VR headsets. I'm really, really hoping that since they have all three of those companies pitting against each other, and hopefully an Xbox version in the works, since
Hopefully a
Xbox
Virtual Boy too.
since they're going to want to compete with PlayStation in the coming E3. I'm hoping an Xbox One comes out and that they'll be able to like kind of push forward more of this fighting spirit that they have and really get the ball rolling with it. But regardless of what happens, I think just all the independent games that are coming out and VR headset being an available option is just something amazing for gamers as a whole, and really just is bringing forth some really amazing stuff for us in the coming future. But that's all the time we have. We'll be right back with some more Final Boss.
Hey, this is T-Box1, and I'm back from the dead to tell you the top 5 reasons you shouldn't buy a PS Vita. That best screen? It's only on the original model. What the heck is this thing for? Look at it. Sony basically considers it a controller for the PS4 at this point. I mean, look at this quote from Shuhei Yoshida. Yoshida said Remote Play has also taken a bit of pressure off of Sony to make first-party Vita games. The YouTube app stops working on my birthday. Thanks, Sony. I mean, you can still watch it from the browser, but thanks, Sony, it was the best YouTube app. The PS Vita has the most games coming out this year for a dedicated game console.
That nobody gives a about!
Thanks for watching, and make sure you stay tuned from the rest of Final Boss, where I'll be sure to... I don't know, I'll do something mean. I got nothing.
For the latest in gaming entertainment, tune in to Final Boss here on MSU TV Channel 85. Final Boss is a show by gamers for gamers, featuring the latest news and updates about your favorite video games. Now in its 6th season, Final Boss brings you interviews, roundtable discussions, news reports, and competitive sudden death matches, which you can be a part of, as well as a wide variety of gaming segments dedicated to keeping you entertained and in the know. Miss an episode? No problem. You can find Final Boss on msutv.net and keep up with our latest shows. Now broadcasting to you in HD, Final Boss is your one-stop shop for your dose of gaming culture. That's Final Boss here on MSU TV Channel 85.
Hi, and welcome back to Final Boss. Today on Sudden Death, we're going to be playing Mario Kart 8, the most legit Mario Kart game that is not Double Dash. I'm going to be playing as, of course, Rosalina. And what about you?
I'm playing Bowser because, you know, Nick likes to use him a lot.
Okay, that's great. We can't all have good opinions and good taste in characters.
Oh, no, I mean, you know, like smash. Down smash, down smash, down smash, all the time.
That's what we here at Final Boss like to call spamming.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's. Roar.
Come on, just gotta press AAA, YOLO.
No teams, all items.
I don't even know what any of this stuff means. Let's go. We're gonna go, we're not gonna go Rainbow Road. Let's go Toad Harbor. I like that stage a lot.
Yeah. I'm so confident I'm using gyroscopic controls.
Yeah, I am too. Except the difference is, I'm gonna win.
Oh yeah? Let's see about that.
We will.
You're probably
We're
going
gonna
to
settle it in Smash right now.
Real life Smash. Sledgehammer.
Let's skip all this boring stuff. Let's go. This is how I drive a car in real life.
I don't drive at all, so you have that advantage over me.
Oh.
This thing has no...
We're already off to a really great start.
Yeah, we are. The
By
best...
we, I mean him.
Oh, somebody dies.
Is it the person that's about to get hit by a red shell?
Why, you little... This thing has great acceleration, no handling.
That's what we call motion.
Ah, God.
Which means Skyward Sword confirmed for sudden death. I don't even know how that would work. Should bring in Sonic and the Black Knight.
Oh my
multiplayer. That exists.
How's it play?
It sucks.
It's like Sonic 06.
Except Sonic 06 is awesome. Glitches enhance the experience.
Yeah, it's no use. Somebody's about to get wrecked.
Well, you're in 8th place, I'm in 1st, so we'll see about that one.
I changed that experience. Oh my God.
It's all a part of your plan.
Yeah, it sucks so much I landed in water.
You got this planned out more than I did.
I went to the Light Yagami School training. I can practically predict the future. I swear, I need the superpower up.
I would be tearing this up if I wasn't playing motion controls.
I would be too, except you're in 1st and I'm in 12th. Isn't that last?
Yes, it is.
Then I better finish strong.
I don't know what button it is on the Wii remote, but you can honk a horn. If that means anything to you.
Means a lot. You suck at driving, dude. Maybe your banana peels everywhere, Donkey Kong. These don't pollute the track.
That's probably me.
Oh. Oh God, I have to finish strong.
Wario. Brother, I tell you what, Wario. Well, never mind. I don't tell you what.
Get wrecked.
I'm gonna get wrecked all the way in 12th place.
I'm Bullet Bill.
Bullet Bill that can't hit anybody.
I don't need to hit
Oh,
anybody.
of course. Thank you, Wario.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, no. No. I don't know who that is back there.
But they die?
I think that was Baby Daisy.
Oh God, no.
Who is my nemesis. So, that went about as we expect. We're gonna let him finish up.
Oh my God, I can do it. I can do it. Yeah! I'm in 11th place. I wasn't last.
Well, you know, I predict the future. It is the truth because I said it. And as we saw, stay tuned for the end of Final Boss here on MSU TV, channel 85. It's 85.
See ya.
MSU TV.
That's all the time we have for this week's episode of Final Boss. We had a great time this week looking at how far Lara Croft has come, some of our favorites and least favorites, and of course, sudden death with Mario Kart 8. We'd like to give a big thank you to our producers, Sam Bell and John Dunaway. A huge thank you to our executive producer, Tim Creekmore. Of course, we'd like to thank MSU TV for allowing us to shoot our show here. And lastly, but not least, we would like to thank all of you guys at home watching. Please come and see us next week. Until then, we'll see you guys later.